Well, I'm on the farm today, and I'm down here in the low ground with the International 886, and then I got the Bush-Wacker MD144. And what I'm doing here is I'm clipping this field. There's still a fair number of twigs and sticks in it, about as big as your finger, and we're not far enough along in the growth that I would feel bad about running the bush hog over what I got, but I think it'll probably make it jump start. It's so dry here, but I felt like if I ran this mower and set it close to the ground, which I got, that what would happen is I would chew up whatever little sticks and twigs there are that might do damage to my disc mower conditioner. I'd rather use a bush hog for bush hogging instead of a disc mower conditioner for for cutting up these little branches. But anyway, I got my iPhone here instead of my regular camera, so hopefully the video's okay and you can hear. You can kind of see what I've done out there. I'm cutting it almost like a lawnmower. It looks really good. And I haven't fertilized this field, so maybe that'll come. The way I haven't fertilized anything. The way it's shaping up, it's so dry. I'm not sure I'm going to fertilize. I've seen a lot of guys that have put fertilizer down. You can see the lines in the fields all around, but I don't think it's a good thing to dump nitrogen all over your fields and then, have some dry weather coming in. This little spot right up here has got a few little spots on it. Every now and then I'll hear the bush hog bang against something. So this is kind of like the final finish on this field before I sort of turn it over to haymaking. Got into a good bump or something right back there. You can hear it. You can hear it. But they're few and far between, and I kind of make a mental note as to where these places are at. I'll go back and pick up the rock or whatever there might be. I'm cutting pretty close to the ground. Now, when I cut with my chrome mower conditioner, I'll be at 5 inches. I'm cutting lower than that here. At least I think I am. I had it down too far. If you look up along the edge of the autumn olives up there, you can see where I kind of got in a little close. I put some grass seed, actually some Timothy seed down on these bare spots, and it didn't come up. So this fall is when I'll rejuvenate this field for real, but I'll tell you, it really looks nice out through there. International seems to be doing good. The oil pressure's good. The battery's charging. About a half a tank of fuel if you believe the gauge. Right here's a bunch of stuff, twigs and stuff. I've ground up some stuff over there. See what it looks like coming out of the back of the mower. Well, there's still some of it in there, but that's okay. I'll just keep going here, and this corner down here is a little tough to make turns on even when you're making hay. I kind of got to sweep way left here and then go over into where I've cut and then come back in. And I've got a mower that's pulling right behind me, and I've got to side pull my chrome. That makes it a little bit tricky. But my regular bush hog that I've had for years and years is 5 feet. This one's 12. And yeah, I'm gonna be on and off this field pretty quick. This is a really good field for Timothy. And the way the sun comes up, it really doesn't get on it hard until, you know, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. You can still see shadows down along through there. I have to say the cab is fairly quiet on this thing, and I've got a Bluetooth speaker over here that I'll listen to some podcasts. It's got a radio. I can not drop my phone. Whoop, up here somewhere. There I got into something. Like I said, I'm cutting right down on the ground. And the excavator was doing a lot of rock pulling down in here along with the roots. He did an excellent job clearing those stumps out. I don't know if you can see back over there is the stumps. You ride by, if I think of it, I'll show you. This was a gigantic stump in here and on a mile of growth. All that's wiped out. I used to have to mow in circles around it. It was not a good situation. And but you can see a long, narrow field out through there. Normally, we'd have to kind of dissect the field. There were trees right there and right over there. All that stuff's gone, so it's just a straight shot on this field, and it's going to take a year. It might take a year or two to really get a nice stand of grass in here. And like I said, I want to put Timothy in. Most probably I'll put Claire Timothy. I like that variety. And this, back in the glory days when we were really knocking the hay down and fertilizing like crazy, and I had my kids helping, as small as this field was and as full of these old trees that were in here, it was a challenge making a straight windrow, but when we hammered it with fertilizer, we certainly got a lot of hay out of here. That Timothy really responds to fertilizing. Now right there's some of the wood that we cut out of those trees. And there's other wood on back. We'll get back around there. I forgot to show you the stumps. Right down to the edge. I think one more pass with this bush hog and I'll be done with the tip of this field. You can see right in there where I cut real close the first go round. And I had to stop a couple of times and adjust it. But I got it, I got it mowing like a lawnmower. I think that looks really great. And of course, when I cut for hay, I'll be cutting at a higher stubble than that. I've cut close before for different reasons, and but I really prefer a high stubble cut. So the Bush-Wacker is a model MD144. It's 12-foot cut. And I've got a video on it about what it is and why I bought it. But this is really nice here in this field. And as you can see, even though it's level, it's somewhat lumpy and rolling. And the wings on this thing basically have 4-foot blades. And so they contour the ground really nice. So, yeah, this is going to be one really, really good hay field when I get done with it. The 886 power steering feels pretty good and really light to the touch. It may not be John Deere light. My John Deere, and I've read this on other John Deere tractors, that the power steering on those things there's like no resistance at all. We had some flood water get up into the field right in here where all these leaves are, and part of my objective down here was to kind of grind up some of that stuff. A little spot out there yet, and then coming down through here, I'll be done. So I'll come back here in just a second. Let me finish up and we'll take a look at what I've done. All right, I'm kind of down to the end here, and right over these little branches right here, and I'll make it kind of a turn so you can see where I've been. Shifters on this tractor seem to work, knock on wood, pretty good. Let me climb out of here. I don't see any big puddles, streams of hydraulic fluid running out of it. It may already be empty. But there's the Bush-Wacker and the International 886. And it looks like I've cut hay. It really does. And like I said, last year I was cutting hay in April on this farm, but you can see this grass up here. It just looks really stressed, and we just haven't had very much rain. But apologize for the wind. I just think that engine, diesel engine on an International tractor, I think it really sounds good. So I got my fingers crossed. Hopefully that's going to be a good machine. And I've been enjoying running a few hours on it, just kind of like I'm doing here to get ready for hay season. And I'd say it did a pretty good job. I really like the looks of what I've done here, and hopefully we get a sprinkler or two and some rain. Looks like it's in the forecast. You know, I may or may not put fertilizer on it. I may save my fertilizer for second cut or even this fall. They're showing in Virginia that in this area there's a moderate drought going on. I think it's a little more than moderate. I think it's a little more severe than that. And so that's the video. Hope you enjoyed it. The International 886, and with the D360 diesel. That's one of the earlier models. And the Bush-Wacker, if I can find it there, MD144. Just kind of giving this thing this field a clip. It looks like, in some ways, like I put just a riding lawnmower on it. So I'll tell you what'll happen. I'll tell you a couple things while I'm thinking about it. First of all, I was running in first gear, high range, TA direct, which is like the high range of it if you're not familiar with it. And sometimes when I get down towards the end of the field, especially up against the bank there, I would drop it into TA low, and but that seemed to work pretty good. And then this field, you can see it from the road up there, so I feel like there'll be a lot of whispers up and down the neighborhood that we've already cut hay. And it's funny because sometimes, I don't know how it is in your area, but around here, whether it's ready or not, if somebody cuts hay, most everybody else will start cutting hay. Like it'll be like, I don't want to be left out. So if I start seeing fields being cut, because I clipped this field, if I start seeing hay going down, I'll know what happened. Somebody maybe thought we'd already cut and baled this hay, and whoever is up and down the road here, they may say, oh my gosh, we better get with it. So again, that's the video, the International 886 D360 6-cylinder diesel and 12-foot Batwing MD144. Hit the like button, subscribe, share, comment. We'll talk to you later.